Hi guys, this is the 10th episode of our DevOps learning series. Today we'll be discussing about the basic hands-on example of SDLC. Before we dive in, if you have missed any of our previous episodes, you can click the link above. If you want to learn DevOps and get industry acclaimed certificates, you can take our DevOps certification course. We have attached the link below in the description box. Alright, let's start the video now. Alright, so let's talk about what is SDLC and how do we perform a small demo showing up the software development lifecycle. So whenever there is any change in the software development, when the development team updates the code, and how does the DevOps team basically push it with the help of using various CI/CD pipeline stuff, let's say Jenkins in this example. So we will be using various components like AWS, Ubuntu, then GitHub, and then Jenkins. So all these four components will be using as an integrated way in order to make sure that whatever the software development is happening and is present on my GitHub will be pushed to the production environment as part of the SDLC process. So all these things are being used over here. So right now you can see that I am on my GitHub repo, and I'll just go to my repository, and this is my repository SDLC -demo. Okay. Currently it has index.html. Wait, let me just cross this. Yeah, so currently it has index.html, which has one content. Okay. Now we will be seeing that how does this content, if we make any changes in this code, how does our impacted pipeline and our impacted production servers are being handled in that way. So how do they take care of this part? So to perform this demo, we need to have the Jenkins downloaded and installed on our machine. So right now in my AWS account, I have the Jenkins machine already, which is running here. Okay, I'll show it up here. So this is my Jenkins machine, which I am already connected to the AWS from my local side of the house, and I have the Jenkins running. But I'll explain you the way, like how do you download and install the Jenkins. So for that, first of all, let's just launch a fresh machine, and then on that machine we'll be setting up the Jenkins. So let's say Jenkins clone, I'll just say, and let it have Ubuntu, and StarAgile, existing group, launch wizard, launch. Though the steps are available on the Google, if you search it, how do you download and install Jenkins, you will get the steps. On Ubuntu machine or any machines, any Linux machine, you can use these steps, so they are present. So let's say if I say Linux, so you will find the prerequisites, what is important for Jenkins to have, and then you will have the further steps like how do you download the the latest software available of Jenkins, and how do you set it up. So you don't have to worry about and remember these commands to basically memorize it. You can refer to the Google Docs, and then basically we are just going to pull the latest software available, and after that we will be installing it in our EC2 machines. Okay, so let's just see if our instance is ready to clone. So this is my instance. This is the IP address of it. Let me connect it SSH, and I will just go here. And since I'm first time logging to my machine, I have to approve this authorization saying that let's add this key, so that going forward I don't have to be again asking if I would want to this key to be pursued. Okay, just to check before we go and install Jenkins. So currently there is no Jenkins utility present on my machine. I will be setting it up from the scratch. Okay. Nice. So let's do this, like how do you install Jenkins. So let's just verify if there is any Jenkins installed first. We don't have any Jenkins, otherwise we should have got the response from this service status. Also if it is present, so you can purge it and you can auto remove it using sudo apt auto remove command. But here since it is not installed, so we will be installing the Jenkins. So for that we need to have the Java to be set up. So first of all I will update my sudo apt. Okay, so this is basically updating the repositories which is available for Ubuntu. for using apt utility, and after that we will be seeing if there is any upgrade is also required. So sudo apt upgrade -by. So I have upgraded my apt repo as well here. So these things you have to do, because in case you are planning to set up the latest Jenkins setup, so just to make sure that those libraries and the dependencies of the Jenkins software should be present and available to set up here. So in order to do that, you need to have the repository of your software should be updated in order to pursue further. So once it does, we will be installing the OpenJDK or the Java, because Java is needed in order to have the Jenkins setup. So this will take some time actually, because there are a lot of libraries has to be upgraded in the form of Jenkins apt upgrade. So let it complete, and then we'll pursue. Yeah. So it's 96% done. 97% done. Yeah. So let it set up this. Okay. Yeah. So this is done. It has updated the apt softwares for us, so which is good. Now let's download and install JDK. So I will be referring the commands over here so that we can just use it. Open JDK. Open JDK. Yeah. So we will be using OpenJDK version 17. Okay. I'll just copy paste it here rather than typing. I'm just telling you the commands to set it up here from my existing machine where I've already set up the Jenkins instances. So this will unpack the libraries which are important for the JDK to have, and then once it is done, it will be installing the JDK version, the Java version basically. So we are using 17 to have the latest in the form of having Jenkins, so there should not be any dependency of the libraries issues. So let it finish. Yep. So once it is done, you can check the Java version. So currently it says that I am on OpenJDK version 17.0.14 is what I am using at this moment. Okay, so this is fine. After that, we have to add the Jenkins repository. So for that, there is a command actually. You can SSL. Okay, so this is the command that you have to use. Yeah. So this will add into the Jenkins, as a making sure that this is the key of, to the Jenkins for this Debian machine, and later you can just echo deb signed Jenkins. Cool. Echo dollar Jenkins list, Debian binaries, echo dollar deb. Let me just close this and then refresh and search again. Cool. Yeah, so let's do this. Okay. Then we'll be having HTTPS jenkins.io/debian-stable. So we are basically trying to add the entry of the signed key of Jenkins to this Debian version. So this is the command to do it. You don't have to memorize this. You will Google it up and then you will get it. But I'm just showing it up here. Slash etc apt sources dot list dot t slash Jenkins dot list slash dev slash null. Okay, so this I have signed and then stored this entry of my signed key to the Jenkins list. So if I explore this, you will see this entry is being stored inside my Jenkins list, so that it has the entry to make sure that this is the key pairing for Jenkins, and this is a package of Jenkins that we are going to set up on this stable version on the Debian. Okay, all right. After that, you have to update the sudo, because this entry has to be, it requires to update as a stable version. So you can see this here. So this is the package that it is basically updating in my repo. So this has to happen, this step has to happen, and after that we will be installing Jenkins. Install Jenkins -y. Okay, so the Jenkins is being installed. It will take some time to install, because it will have a lot of other libraries and dependencies to set it up. Okay, so just wait until it completes. %80 done, 90% it's fetching, unpacking, and then installing. So once it does, after that we will be able to access the Jenkins UI. That's where we will be making the changes in terms of our repo, and then creating the pipelines which are important as part of the SDLC process. So this is completed, and after that I will just say sudo systemctl start Jenkins. Okay, so this is done, and sudo systemctl enable Jenkins. Okay, so this is also enabled now. So if I check the status of my Jenkins service on this, I should be able to get it is currently in the running state. Okay, now this is the password of the Jenkins, and usually the password of Jenkins is found inside this location. So if you forget the password of my local Jenkins, so you should be able to fetch it from here. So why is it important? Because when we log in, it will ask for the password to be present. Okay, so now let's try to access our UI. So let's see this machine. So this is my IP address. Okay, and 216, and if I say 8080, so this will load the Jenkins which we have just now installed, and this is how the Jenkins look like. So first time when you unlock the Jenkins, it will ask for the password, and it will tell you that this is the location that you can find the password as well. So if I try finding it, so I find the password here, and once you provide the password and you continue this, I will not save the password for now, and now it will give you the customization options if you would want to customizably download and install any plugin which are important for your Jenkins work. For now I will just install the suggested plugins, whatever the plugins are being important as at this moment for auto detection, and then whatever the Jenkins feel like having it. So it will be like, for example, Git and all, because we'll be using GitHub, so it has already set up this for me. But in case later also, let's say if you don't find a plugin which is important for your pipeline to work or something else, anytime we can set up the a plugin, so you can download and install the plugin later also, not a problem. I will say username, let's say StarAgile. I will set up the password. Okay, StarAgile, say test, some password I'll give, and then say save and continue. Okay, so this is the Jenkins URL is what I am accessing right now. It is just telling me that you can just save it if you would want to. Okay, so now your Jenkins is ready. You can start using Jenkins, and this is how the UI of Jenkins look like. First of all, okay, so here you need to create and manage your Jenkins in order to set up the pipelines for you. So you can set up a job and stuff you can do. Before that, let's create our Apache as well, because that is required in order to access the web services page. So we will be quickly setting up that as well. So sudo apt install Apache 2. So I'm using Apache 2 package to set up the web services, Apache web services. Okay. All right, so now let's start the service. Systemctl start Apache 2. Systemctl enable, so that whenever the daemon will be reloaded automatically, whenever the machine will be boot up. So we have set up the enable option as well. All right, now let's just change the ownership which is required for to have it www-data as a user owner, and then group owner to my where www HTML location web page. Okay, and then also you need to have the set of permissions chmod -R recovery recursive, and then you can just have where www HTML. Okay, so I have changed the permissions as well, and making sure you have the right permission set, so you can validate the permissions using ls-al command. So I see that the present directory permission ownership is www-data, and then group ownership is also this. Similarly for recursive, whatever the file or folders will be created under this location will automatically have these permissions ready. Okay, all right. After this, let's set up a Jenkins pipeline. So to set up a Jenkins pipeline, actually you need to have some sort of an authentication as well. So I'll just show it up here, as my already previous version of Jenkins is already being installed on another machine. So this machine is nothing but 106. If you just go here, you will see. So this is, yeah, so this is that machine which I have already set up the Jenkins here. So this is the pipeline that I've set up. So before, if you go to manage Jenkins and you go to credentials, so you have to create the credentials. So I have already set up the credentials which are GitHub credentials. So I'm using a PAT personal access token here. Since I don't want to show it up on the screen, that's why I'm just showing it up to you, that I've created a secret text to have the credentials present. So you need to set up this credentials. Once you do that, after that only it will allow you to have jobs to be completed. So how do you basically manage the Jenkins, or how do you create a new items, let's say any job that you would want to create? So for that, what you can do is that you can just go to this pipeline. So let's say if I say new item and I would want to name it, let's say CI/CD pipeline, or let's say SDLC pipeline. Okay, and I choose freestyle project and click OK. Okay. Then you can configure the Git source code. So source code management, here I choose Git, and then can provide the repository URL. So the repository URL is of your Git is this one. Okay. Okay, let me just copy it up and then paste it here. Okay, credentials, yes, this is what I was talking about, that it will ask the credentials in order to authenticate to GitHub. Okay, so this is where I have already set up the credentials, and this is my, if I go to dashboard, so these are the pipelines that I have already created onto my Jenkins. So similar way, once you set up the credentials, you can just click on add, and then it will allow you to set up a global credentials. kind you can choose secret text if you are going with the personal access token. And how do you generate that personal access token? You can go to your settings. Once you go to the settings, you can just go to developer settings, and inside the developer settings you can just get the personal access token. Okay, so this token is basically you can once it creates for you, you cannot see it again, and you have to securely store it, because with the help of this token anybody can access your GitHub. So I don't want to show it up here, but this is what I created for my this Git credential. So similarly, once you generate that token, you have to provide the token value over here as a secret, and then click on add. So once you do this, this source code will be linked to your Jenkins pipeline, and then you have to provide the branch. So currently, if I go up and show it to you, SDLC pipeline, okay, and if I see, or let's say if I go to Jenkins pipeline, let's go to SDLC. So, and if I say configure, yeah, here if I go to source management, so this is the URL of my repo, and this is the credentials. Once you provide the credentials and set it up, automatically it has taken it, so it will be showing none to you. And this is my GitHub branch. So if I show it up to you, the branch of my repo, SDLC demo. So this is the main branch actually, which is what I have provided. If you have the master branch to your GitHub repo, so you can have the master branch. And then after that, trigger point. So currently you can have a trigger point based on webhooks also. You can set up a cron. So this is basically it will help you to set up this cron. So based on minutes, hours, and day of month and day of week, you can choose to set up a cron like this. So every 5 minutes is what currently it is doing. So this is how you can set up the cron. Also, if you have something like pull request, based on the pull request also you can create the triggers, or if you want to create remotely, you can create like this. Okay, so for us, we will be just setting it up, seeing like build steps. So in the build steps, let's say disable this. Yeah, so build step is basically tells you that let me just disable this thing for now. I will just say that if this also you don't choose, it's fine, it's up to you. How do you want to trigger this pipeline automatically? So for now, if I disable this, it's fine. But what I want to execute is what I have to provide the code here. So this says that inside your local Jenkins, look for this location, this workplace, and then you have to do git pull origin main. So which git repository it is picking? It is picking the one which we have already provided here. So this will, since we have already provided the credentials, so automatically it will set up a connection to the GitHub repo, and then it will do git pull origin main. So it will pull the main branch, and it will validate if there are any latest changes automatically being pulled. And after that, it will sync with the latest where www HTML what we have. And then after that, it will restart the Apache server. So all these things will be happening onto your Jenkins machine. That's where the Jenkins pipeline is being done. So if I go here and it say, so see, so this is the location of my Jenkins where the Jenkins is currently running. So it is running and it is picking the index.html from here. Okay, so and then it is updating if there are any latest changes. So see, the task what we would want to achieve is, whenever there is any code change happens onto my GitHub repo, automatically Jenkins should be able to pull those changes whenever the frequency of that trigger task, of if we are triggering it manually, doesn't matter. But what it is going to do as an action to perform is, it's basically going to check the GitHub repo and validate if there are any latest changes are there or not. If it is there, then accordingly update the index.html. So currently, if I see index.html, so you will see what is the current content present inside index.html. So let's say index.html. So this is what I have right now. Welcome to StarAgile DevOps SDLC example. Okay, and then I just say save. Okay, fine. Now let's just build the pipeline now. So automatically you see this 8th build pipeline has already completed. So if I click here and click on console output, I am able to see that the logs of what happened to the build the pipeline. So yes, it was able to choose the GitHub version and then update index.html if there are any changes happen to the index.html and then perform things. So it was successfully happening. Okay. Now, how do you access that actually? So to access it, you need to just access via this port. So by default, you will be able to access it. Welcome to StarAgile DevOps SDLC. So it will picking up 80 port to provide the content of your website. Now let's make some changes to our website. So let me just go to index.html. Okay, and I will update some changes here. I will just say p. Okay, just disable this. I will remove this first line and then I'll just say welcome to SDLC Jenkins pipeline. Let's say some code change happen, this is what the developers are going to do. After that, I will just say git add dot, okay, git commit. And say updating index.html. Okay, git push origin main. Okay, so this will push the latest changes to my GitHub repo. So if I just refresh this page and see the content of my index.html, this is the content right now. I have welcome to SDLC Jenkins pipeline. Earlier it was different. Okay, so this is updated, the code is updated, but now how the software development will happen? So in the form of Jenkins pipeline, either you can have automated jobs to kicking whenever there is any change in the it will like earlier we set up the frequency here where every 5 minutes just keep on checking if there is any latest changes available in your GitHub. If yes, then update those changes and update your code as well. Like this is what I'm talking about, poll SCM. So you can have a set up a poll, or you can set up a GitHub hook as well, where it will automatically trigger a webhook to your Jenkins saying that there is any change identified to this repo. So please take actions appropriately, whatever the actions have been provided in the build steps. So this is a build step. So since we have not set up any of those things, so we have to manually trigger our Jenkins pipeline. So in order to manually trigger, you have to just click on build now. So once I build now, and before that, just see that changes automatically being reflected to my web pages. So this is the latest build that I have just now executed. So this build was successfully completed, and that's where the software endpoint, the end goal, or I'll say the end object of the software has been updated for the customers to be seeing. So this is the kind of overall picture what we are seeing in the form of software development, where we have updated the softwares. The developer has updated the softwares. Once the code has been updated, after that code change, we are triggering up pipelines. The pipeline will automatically filter out the code changes and it will build. And once the build is successfully completed, after that it will take actions and then it will perform whatever the changes are being reflecting to our website to happen. So this is how a small demo to show up, a software is being developed, and after that it will be pushed to your your servers to have it. So this is how you can just do it in the form of using. So AWS is being used because that's where our Jenkins instance is running. Ubuntu is being used, that's where we are using for our code changes. So all these things are being integrated as part of the software development lifecycle. So this is like a small demo is what we are having here. After that, let's just see in case you would want to remove and clear this setup, what we have done so far. So for that, you can just, easy thing. If the machine is just like, let's say if you have built up the machines, so you can just delete the machine if it is okay to terminate, or if it is like you want to keep on using the machine but you don't want Jenkins to be running, so you can specifically choose the Jenkins softwares to be deleted from here. And one more thing is onto that machine that we have built. So if you look at our machines here, so this machine has a security rule. So if you check the security rule, so it has the entry for port 80. So from anywhere we are able to access the port 80. That's where this website is running, because if we don't have this port open, we won't be able to access this website. So that is what the security group means in terms of EC2 machines. That's where our Jenkins is running. Now, what next you can do after this is like before we go to the uninstallation part, let's say you have a machine ready and you want to take a snapshot of it so that later you can just directly use this AMI to build your machine. So you can take actions and you can just take the instant state, you can manage the state, and then you can just you can capture the snapshot of this machine as well. So there are commands that you can use via AWS as well. AWS CLI also gives you the facilities, or you can just go to images and templates, and then you can just create images. So it will automatically create image for you so that you can use this image. So since I have already deployed one, so that's where I use this Jenkins image. So this image has the Jenkins running on to that image itself. So whenever next time you have to build the Jenkins server, you don't have to do it from scratch, the steps that we did. Since it is already done once, you can take a snapshot of it. It's like a image AMI, and then from that AMI you can build another instance to launch, so that the same image can be used multiple times once it is written. So that's how the DevOps basically automate the process of deploying the instances with the help of AMIs. Alright, so if we talk about how do you uninstall, so first of all you can stop the service. Okay, once you stop the service, you will no longer being able to access this. It will be gone for you because the service is currently not running. And then you can use apt-get remove purge Jenkins -y. Okay, then you can remove the software libraries locations, sudo rm-rf lib Jenkins default Jenkins if there are anything present, and then where log Jenkins. Okay, so once you remove this, after that apt-get auto remove -y, so it will automatically remove the tools which were there, and then it will say sudo apt-get auto clean. So it will clean the whatever the package list that we have added earlier. It has cleaned all that list. After that you can remove the Apache as well. So you can just stop the service, systemctl stop Apache 2. Okay, once that is done, you can apt-get remove -purge Apache 2 -y. So we are just removing Apache 2 as well. Sudo rm-rf where www HTML. Okay, apt-get auto remove -y and auto clean as well. So these things you can apply it. After that, if you have any GitHub repo, so we don't have any GitHub repo on my Jenkins machine. We have it here itself. So if you want to delete that link to your GitHub, so you can delete the link. Otherwise, it's fine. After that, you can just purge the softwares like JDK that we downloaded earlier. apt get remove purge git open JDK 17 purge git open JDK 17 rsync y. So this will remove the other softwares that we earlier downloaded, and then auto remove and then auto clean. So this will remove the libraries which were part of the installation earlier for OpenJDK that we did. Okay, let's just remove it. Okay. After that we will see auto clean. So after that this will be auto clean. So we have successfully able to uninstall and remove the dependencies libraries which were linked to Jenkins and OpenJDK, which was part of the dependency to the Jenkins. And now you won't be able to access anything. And then later if you want to delete this instance, so you can just go here and say terminate, and then this instance will be deleted if you don't want to store it. Otherwise, if you want to take a clone and copy, you can store as a instance copy, and after that you can just terminate. So this is what the overall software development lifecycle. That's where the developers are keep on developing the softwares, and once that software is being developed and ready to push to the production environment, before that they do their testings on the lower environment. So they can have a pipeline like Jenkins or GitHub Actions, so something like that, so that automatically it will be pulled from there, and then it will build whatever the code changes has happened. And once that is built, after that the changes will be pushed to the production environment, so that it will be ready and tested before it is being pushed to the production environment, so that lower environments were able to successfully authenticate and identify if there are any necessary changes which are implemented and important for it. So that's about handling the SDLC in the form of various components that we have seen so far. So that's the wrap for this chapter. If you have got any questions and concerns, you can put them in the Discord channel. We have attached the link below in the description box. Alright, I'll see you in the next chapter now.